like 2 days away from baby ducks, and I want to show you. So 26 days now, these mama hens have been sitting on these nests, and every day they draw more straw in with their beaks, and they draw more feathers in with their beaks, and the nests just get bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where that one duck is almost buried in the nest at this point. She just looks so cozy in there. You look so cozy in there, honey. So yeah, baby ducks in like 2 days, which is our favorite time of year. Baby duck season is the best. Maybe it'll smooth over the wounds from the last baby duck session. So today is the other farmer's market that I'm only doing for 2 weeks. I'm just gonna sell my seedlings, so it shouldn't be a big deal, but I'm setting things up here in the lawn to see what fits, how it works, how it's all gonna go. Abby's sick. She was up half the night. She's got a fever and a sore throat, so it's perfect timing because nothing more fun than going to a farmer's market with a sick kid. It's supposed to be hot today, and we are not acclimated to the heat. So that's another thing that's a bit of a concern. And I let these guys out today. I'm just letting them free range. And they seem very happy. Hey guys, you're very happy. You came out to say hi to me. What's up? What you looking for? You look like you're expecting something. Oh, back they go into the shade. They saw the panther heading their way. Hey panther, you're scaring the little meat birds. Hey buddy. So basically they're supposed to have a huge range to wander surrounded by the they're supposed to be contained by the electric fence, but because we had a raccoon attack my ducks, I need the electric fence to protect the ducks. The coop that the meat birds are in is secure enough that I'm not worried about the raccoon getting them at night. They're not very smart, so I don't know if they're gonna go to bed when it's time to go to bed tonight. I don't know if they understand bedtime. But basically they're in such a tiny space that their poo fills it in like 2 days, and I just don't have the patience to be moving the chicken tractor every 2 days. So today, because I have too much on my plate, I decided to just free range them. We'll see how that goes. So I have a tangled garden hose. I have a sick kid. I had heat stroke yesterday because we went straight from, it was 3 degrees when I woke up yesterday. And by mid-afternoon it was 28. So my brain can't handle this. So today's gonna be a fun day.
I left the hall light on in case you come back home. I sent a text that I was wrong. Oh, won't you come back home? Why won't you come back home?
Abby, your barf bucket almost blew away.
I've been sleeping with the light on dim.
So the farmer's market went well. It's a new farmer's market, and it's not in a town. It's in the parking lot of a driving range and event center. So you have to really work hard to get people to come out to it, and the woman who organized it did a really good job getting people coming out. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the summer, but the girls are still in bed. I got up early to open the chicken coops before the girls come out because it's already 21 degrees, so I don't want them to be cooped up when it's going to be a hot day. Hi guys. Oi. Abby's still sick. She was pretty rough much of the night. She was up with a really high fever, but I think the fever broke at around 2 in the morning, so hopefully she'll be feeling a little bit better. We were supposed to have a beach day today with a friend, but we've canceled it because Abby was so sick yesterday. And that means it's only a matter of time before Bethany and I get sick. Alright guys, remember you have to go back to go forward. Look out. Poop poop. Poop poop poop. Poop poop poop. Go back to go forward. There you go. Now you can come out. It's really sweet to see them out on grass. They seem more like real chickens when they're out on grass, looking for bugs and pecking at things. It's quite sweet to see. The other reason I wanted to get up and come do the chores early this morning is that baby ducks are supposed to hatch today. Yesterday when I came home, there was a dead baby duck on the floor of the coop. It had not absorbed the yolk from the egg, which means that it didn't hatch properly. So I don't know if maybe the egg got broken accidentally or what. Look at you guys. There you go. Let's see if there's babies. Got any babies? I don't hear any babies. You're not gonna let me see? Okay, I'm gonna get you guys your own little food and water in here, because I know it's a long haul. At least you got 2 of you this year. You can take shifts with the babies. So one of the mamas is out for her morning swim, so we can peek at the nest, see how she buries her eggs completely in the straw to keep them warm when she leaves. It's hard to imagine that she can find them when she comes back in, but she can. Oh God, the other mama came off. So I'm giving them their own food and water inside the coop, because once the eggs start to hatch, the mamas won't want to leave the nest. And duck eggs can take like 24 hours to hatch each, like from the first pip to the baby coming out can sometimes take 24 hours. So it's a hard run for the mamas. So we always like to make sure that they don't have to travel far to get food and water. And sometimes we'll even put food and water in our hands and give it right to the mamas when they're sitting on the nest, because it's a hard haul being a duck mama. That's probably why they're not very good at it. And now you get to see why I don't normally keep water in the duck coop, because they make such a mess. So with Abby sick, I really want to just spend a day cuddling with her and loving her and giving my attention and helping her feel better. And yesterday I had the farmer's market, so I had to spend the whole day getting ready for that. And today we were supposed to go to somebody's house, but we've canceled that because Abby's too sick. So in theory, I'm like, yeah, I can just spend the day giving my love to Abby after I do chores. And after I water all my plants, and after I change the water in the duck pond, and oh yeah, I still need to unload the truck from the farmer's market yesterday. So by then it'll be lunchtime. So we'll have to make some lunch. And yeah, maybe then I'll be able to spend some time with Abby. So I need to clean the duck pond. It's looking pretty gross. It needs to be cleaned anyway. It's that red tinge. Once it starts to turn a little bit red. The thing is, it's always muddy. It's as soon as you give them fresh water, they poop in it and it's muddy. When I need to clean it is when it starts to grow algae. So it gets a bit of a red tinge, or it can get a bit of a blue-green tinge, depending on the type of algae, but lately it's always been the red algae. The algae can make them sick, so as soon as there's algae, that's when the water needs to be changed. So right now I'm changing it about once a week. As the temperature gets warmer, I'll be changing it twice a week. It's a real pain in the ass. First, I have to bring the garden hose here. Then I have to bring my drainage hose here. Then I have to bring an electric cord here. And then I have to grab my pump. And I'll hook it all up and I will pump the water into, right now I'm pumping it onto the grapevines to add some nutrients to my grapevines. So hopefully this year maybe we'll get enough grapes that we can make something with them. So, cleaning the duck pond. Dirty already, although that's actually not bad. Sometimes they get it much worse than that. So this is what ducks do anytime they find a puddle of water. They dig a hole. They're looking for bugs and worms and things. And what they find is a mess. It's 10:30 and it's already almost 30 degrees. This is 2 days after we had a frost warning overnight. So, you know, we're all struggling. I can hear him. I can hear a baby in there. I can't see anything. A new weather system came in mid-afternoon and the temperature dropped 15 degrees in 10 minutes. So we went from like sweating our butts off in tank tops and shorts to sweaters and long pants and boots again. So now these guys have been enjoying their time outside. They're starting to get a little bit more comfortable with being out in the grass. And their nest has migrated a bit since this morning, but we know that there is at least one baby in there. We heard it and we saw it. There it is. Hi, little baby.
Now, they made us our winners.
You're sliding across the room, eh, ladies?
She's made us our winners.
Yeah. Hi, I see a baby. I see him.
Let's go.
Around her back. See there in the back?
Yeah. Let's go outside and come out. I just want to go like that.
Beep, beep, beep. Alright, girls, I'm gonna shoo these ones out. How rude, eh? So no, this one doesn't have a baby. cutie.
Move that egg over to you.
All right, well, we'll get out and she can fix her nest if we're not here. So I had a nest of starlings in my chicken coop roof. The babies grew up and they moved out a couple of days ago. You can see their poo all down the side of the house. And if you go to the inside, if you recall, all I put here was just some secondhand insulation and some secondhand plastic. So there's nothing inside supporting the weight. And this is the mess that they left for me under their nest. So I'm gonna have to pull that out and clean it and put in clean insulation. But in the meantime, they have started building another nest. And I know that because there are chunks of cotton candy all over my chicken run. I picked a whole bunch of them up this morning and there's more. So I bought some of this stuff. Big Gap filler, small fortune, but it should hopefully take care of the problem. Come on guys, let me through, let me through. So last year we were gifted like 4 boxes of grasshoppers from the neighbor, and they kind of sat in the freezer and I just sort of forgot about them. But now that we have the turkeys, I'm trying to make a point of giving the grasshoppers to them every couple of days because turkeys need a lot more protein than chickens do. So this is for them. Unfortunately, the chickens are bigger jerks than the turkeys. Trying to get in here? How are you? So far only 1 egg has hatched, which is not a good sign. I'm worried that this is going to be our only baby duck. Last year we had 10 eggs hatch and 4 of them died from various things. So, and these 2 don't seem to be doing the best job taking care of this baby. So I definitely have some concerns. This is not ideal. So I find myself just not quite sure what to do. I know that part of the problem is that I'm sort of full of doubt because I just had a disaster last week. So it's really easy to question yourself and your choices when you've had, you know, a big mistake like that. And I know that, but I also know that mama's ducks are not good. They're not great moms. Like, they didn't do a great job last year. It took them probably 24 hours to even figure out that the babies were theirs. And they did occasionally peck at the babies the way that these guys are now, except that last year there were 10 babies. So the pecks were spread out over 10 different babies, and it meant that all the eggs under the mama's hatch. I think there was only one egg that didn't hatch, whereas this year all the other eggs are still there. So the mamas just keep wanting to sit on the eggs. They're not getting off. They're still broody. That thing in their brain that switches when the eggs hatch hasn't switched for them yet. So I just don't know what to do. Do I take the baby away and do I raise it myself? Then it's all by itself. So it's not gonna develop normally if it's all by itself. It needs to be socialized. It'll be lonely. Do I leave it here knowing that these moms might either kill it or let it die? I don't know what the right answer is. I'm looking to see if they'll let the baby go back under. It looked to me like they were just kicking it out of the nest and not letting it be in the nest. And if that's the case, then I definitely have to take care of it myself. Well, she's lifted up. But the baby's not under her. Oh yeah, I think she let him in. Yeah, she let him in. Now I just have to hope that baby duck survived the night. Do you still have a baby? I don't see a dead body on the ground. That's a good sign. Do you still have a baby? I don't see him, but you guys are covered in poo. All the chickens care about is food, and all the turkeys care about is being curious. Hey baby duck, there you are. You survived the night. That's good news. Let's see how your day goes. You need to go swimming and you need to eat some food. Okay, it's Saturday. It's already 20 degrees at 11 a.m. So I think it's going to be warmer than the predicted temperature, but it's not supposed to be super hot. And I'm going to try and get everything planted today. Dawn's coming out to help me. So I'm just going to ignore all the weeds, ignore all the other things. I'm just going to focus entirely on getting plants in the ground. Because once this garden is planted, then I have a whole bunch of other things to do. And I keep saying, I can't do it until the garden's planted. I can't do it until the garden's planted. So today, I'm getting the garden planted. Wish me luck. So they don't seem to be pecking baby duck at all anymore. But I don't know if baby duck is eating. I don't know if baby duck is drinking. I want to name her Fergie, but I haven't asked the girls yet. And obviously the girls get veto on all names. It's their job. So a bit of an update on my beans that I planted under cups. I did an experiment. I put half of them under cups and half of them not under cups to see if there would be better luck with one or the other. And I gotta say, I don't know. On this side over here, it seemed pretty cut and dry. The ones without cups germinated and the ones with cups did not germinate. Oh, that one did. He's little. Germinated. Didn't germinate. Didn't germinate. Germinated. Didn't germinate. Germinated. But on this side, the ones under cups did better, and the ones that weren't under cups didn't do well. So, and these are the same beans, same variety. Planted on the same day, planted in the same soil. The one thing I have noticed about the ones that weren't under cups is a lot of them got chewed on by some sort of pest. I'm gonna say probably slugs, because they're a pain in my butt. I'm also today replanting for the 3rd time beets and radishes and carrots. I'm suspecting maybe ants are stealing the seeds, because I have a lot of ants in this garden. As I've been digging and planting, there are ant hills everywhere, which is really frustrating. I just don't think I have enough resilience for this year. I wanted it to be easier, and it isn't, and I'm not feeling very resilient. But planting things 3 times, I don't know, there's a lot of resilience required for that. Okay, it took all day, but I think this garden is totally planted. Whether any of it survives is another question. So it feels really good. It feels really good to have this done. But now I have to plant the small garden, and that is a whole nother ball game for tomorrow, I think. So I took away all of Mama Duck's eggs. I candled them, no babies inside. So there are now no longer any eggs in the duck coop, which means that they immediately went out. Dawn is filling the duck pond up right now for me. So they took baby out for a swim. We'll see. Oh! Yuck. You don't want to know what that smells like. It's disgusting. He doesn't know who his mama is. He doesn't know who his mama is. He gets confused. That happened last year too. Hi, cutie. Are you my mom? Are you my mom? And now it is time to take on this. I think I'm probably gonna, these plants are pretty big. They're gonna have pretty big root systems. If I pull them, I'm gonna not have any dirt left. So I think I'm just gonna cut everybody off at the stems. And then I will use the dead plant as mulch on top of the rows. I'm not gonna film it because I don't think I have enough space on my phone to record the length of time it's gonna take me to clear this garden out. So you can see what it looks like when I'm done. That looks better. Dawn got me another bale of straw, so we'll use that as mulch on top of my garden. How old was this bale of straw, Dawn?
That bale?
Yeah.
That is over a year, I think, or about a year old.
Okay. Yeah, so it's, the half-life of Roundup says that it should probably be good, but I don't know. A year is a bit iffy, so we'll see. I'll either put it on the rows or between the rows. So I think that's about it for this week. It's nice to have the garden almost in, because once the garden is in, then I can start working on my other projects. So I'm gonna start working on the house. The girls are gonna help me build a bunny barn. And I'm also teaching the children all about tent camping. They've never been tent camping before, so we're gonna try that out this summer. I'm still waiting to hear from the people who fix campers about taking my camper in to get a price estimate for how much it's going to cost to fix that. And the small garden now needs to be planted, which I think my sister's going to come and visit for a day, and we'll maybe get the whole thing planted in one day if we're lucky. So I'll talk to you next week, and you'll get to find out if our sweet little baby duck makes it, if the garden gets planted, and how the children feel about tent camping. I'll see you next time. Take care. One baby with two moms. How very modern.